this is Victor. I'm here with a new unboxing, and yeah, I'm collecting all the warbands from Warhammer Underworld, and this is the one that is the Godsworn Hunt, so the Chaos type of Marauders warband. So let's open, look what is inside, and yeah, I already look at the cards, so I can give you a little bit explanation what I'm thinking about this warband. So here we have the two sprues. They come in brown. Okay, I will assemble them and show you how they look like at the end of this unboxing. We have here the instructions to assemble them, nothing special. And here we have first the deck of the specific cards for this warband. Okay, and we have here the different characters. So we have Gvau, what is like a cat, a big cat or panther, something like that. Then we have Goodman, Blood Eye. This is a guy with a big axe. Then we have a guy with a javelin. It's called Jagatva. Then we have the guy with the arrow. You can see life 2, 3, 2, 2. So this is the guy with the arrow, with the bow. And then we have this one who is shown head, a claimer. So this is the guy with the biggest sword. And we have the leader and the sorcerer of the group. So they get inspired if they have an upgrade, and if once they get inspired they move. So you can see the movement is 4, is not bad. Once they get inspired they go to movement 5, and they get, yeah, some weapons will improve the precision to hit, but it's not a, I think it's not a mass. No, they move 5, okay, again, and one hammer here, no, one more damage. So the inspiration can change from guy to guy. This has movement 4, it goes to 5 as well, a double dodge, and a little bit more precision. Okay, this guy, the arrow guy, so goes to movement 5, and it's a little bit more precise shooting. We have this guy, also goes to movement 5 and increases the precision to hit in close combat. This is also increasing, this one is increasing the damage throughput. Yeah, this is increasing the damage throughput. And this one, it's moving to 5 and it's increasing the damage. So the damage when they're inspired is not that bad on these guys. 2, 3, 3 is quite indecent. The other ones have damage 1 and yeah, they are more just. They are very easy to kill with only 3 or 2 wounds. So they are not the strongest guys. It's a warband with, yeah, I think they are even weaker, if I'm not wrong, than the what's called the Blood Rivers. Then one thing I like it a lot, or find interesting, is that they have the Oath of Supremacy, and they have different oaths. So the Oath of Supremacy works the same way of the, I think it's the Nile, no, it was the same way as Supremacy, this one, okay? So you can reveal this card at the start of your first activation in the action phase, then return it to your hand. Okay? So you show it at the beginning of the round when you have your first activation. Score this at the end if you hold 3 or more objectives, right? This is quite straightforward. But if you have revealed the card, gain 1 additional glory point, so you can get 4 glory points instead of 3. And we have the same for Murder, that is to kill the enemy leader. We have for Denial, okay. We have for Conquest. We have for Annihilation. I don't think this is going to be easy to do. Then we have the Magical Apotheosis, so score this immediately if a friendly fighter succeeds to cast a spell that requires 2 or more successes. And we have the the Glory of Damnation. Score this end of the phase if a surviving friendly fighter has 3 or more upgrades. I'm not sure you want to do that. I think you want to do this one here. So Dark Rewards. Score this if all your surviving fighters have at least 3, so 3 survivors are inspired, because you want to yeah, no, this is also difficult. You have to inspire them also. This and this are opposite, right? Because you to inspire, you have to put an upgrade. So if you put all the upgrades in one guy, you cannot inspire them. A worthy deed. Score this immediately if a friendly fighter attacks enemy fighter with a wound characteristic of 4 or more out of action with an attack action. This is quite. You have to be careful because not all warbands have 4 wound enemies. So these are quite situational, and then we have the upgrades. So we have upgrade for the Gwaul, that is, who is this guy? This upgrade to Gwaul, to this guy. So we have an upgrade for this guy. This is reaction. Then we have a upgrade for Tidva, who is the boss, is to have innate 1 of these. Okay, this can be interesting. We have another for Shunt, who is Shunt is this guy, the strong guy with the big sword. So critical hit from this fighter attacks action with range 1 or 2 have +1 damage, so quite common one. We have the Sith Trophy. This is quite interesting. So you can play this upgrade using the following reaction. After a friendly fighter attack action that takes an adjacent enemy fighter out of action, if this card is in your hand, apply this upgrade to that fighter. And I guess you don't need a glory, or you use I don't know if you use a glory point from killing the guy directly or not, because you can play this upgrade using the following reaction. So it's a reaction, and you know this is the first upgrade without glory points, right? Because the way to put this on your guy is that this guy is killing an enemy. Okay, it's not going. You cannot use it with glory. You have to use it by killing. And what is interesting is because if you use it in one of these guys, for example, this guy has done the killing blow. Okay, then you put the trophy and it's inspired. So it's quite interesting. I think I will use it at the beginning to see how this works and if it makes sense. We have the one for the archer. What it does is, I guess, I'm checking what it does. You have a reaction after enemy fighter's move action that ends adjacent to this fighter. Make this so you can make an attack at the end of the movement of the opponent, but it's not that bad with 1 damage. Then we have the Path of Glory. +1 wound, +1 dice to the fighter's attack, but you only can put it if it's the first upgrade that you put on the hero. Okay, but +1 wound, +1 dice in attack. I think it's great for your boss, and it's great for one of the strong guys as well. Okay, we have we have more. We have. Do you see the list for all of them for Goodman? So to improve you increase to sword, so you increase a little bit the precision. And Sorcerer Javelin for Jack Katana cannot beat another one. It's +1 damage if you make a charge and attack with that, so it can be also interesting because the damage of this lady is pretty low. Or you can use other type of weapons, and then we have the Encanted Collar to give +1 defense, so it's going to be quite defensive, this dog, or this cat, small cat than dog. And then we have the Chaos Bone, so you lose 1 wound. This factor action with range 1 or 2, 1 wound for 1 damage. So it's very chaotic, it's very, you have to give, and then we have a different, I will not go through all the plots, we have different plots. I think this warband with all this mobility is about, I'm not sure if it's about fighting, because they are quite weak, so, or maybe to, or I see them more about board control, try to score by objective and other type of things. Although they have the same type of objectives, I'm not convinced about the odds. Okay, I'm not convinced about all these odds. I don't think you can do annihilation with this warband. Sorry for that. And then we have here the common ones. There is a lot of sorcerers, a lot of spells. Okay, I think there is quite a good amount of spells here. There is a new type of spell that only works with a critic. This one is quite strong, but only works with a crit. Okay. If this spell is cast, scatter 3 from the caster X. Any fighter in any X of the chain suffers 2 damage. So this can be quite strong if you are lucky with the roll. And then we have different powers here. You see there is quite a good amount. We have upgrades, and this innate. I think it's innate. The other one that I don't. So it's innate. I don't know how it's called. The one that is like a wave. Okay, here we have +1 level to the wither, but only for level 1. So this here is not helping anymore. So not for this. And then we have different upgrades and different things. This is what I find that quite interesting. During an adjacent enemy attack action that damages this fighter, the attacker suffers 1 damage. I think this is great for the troll. So I find here cards that will work very well with the troll. Enemy fighters adjacent to this fighter cannot make a charge action. I don't think this is that interesting for the troll. This is in case you want to do damage to one of these poor guys that they don't have very damage. Remove. This combined with regenerate can be quite strong. So remove up to 1 wound token from this fighter card at the beginning of each round. So this plus regeneration you can eliminate up to 2, making the troll quite resilient. Action push. This is also quite. I find it quite interesting. Is upgrade. So you can do an action. This push enemy fighter up to 1x. Boom. Done. Tome of Offerings. If this is fighter is and then if this fighter takes out a fighter. If this fighter takes an enemy fighter out of action, gain 1 additional glory point. Ideal for the troll, right? I think there are some cards here that can work very well with the troll. Aggressive commander, score this at the in the 3rd end phase if you took the first activation in each round. Then they have this. Yeah, they have this that if you take the first activation in each round, there is this one here that I find it also curious. I think the ranks seize initiative. Score this immediately if you have 3 or more critics when rolling for the initiative. So it's difficult to do, right? But these are not according to strategy, just 2 points for luck, right? But it's difficult that the odds are so much in your favor. Score this immediately if your warband remove an objective from the battlefield. This is combining with the one that you destroy. Objective can be interesting. Score this immediately if there are 2 or more critics in your attack roll. This can be interesting as well because this can happen, especially if you play ones that have 3 attacks, right? So there are some ones that we see no new objectives that are just depending on the luck. Then I'll just read this one. Score this in the end of the phase if your warband successful cast 6 or more spells in the preceding action phase. To be fair, I don't know how you do that. How you cast 6 spells? I guess you have to cast your spell, so this is not working with the guy unless you have a card that allows you to cast more than 1 spell. But this guy has not a spell on his deck. So I need to check. Maybe with the Eye of the 9 you can do it. But this is the cards of the Warband. I will not go in all the cards, so I just pick some of the ones I find that were curious or interesting for me. I think it is a very mobile, and this will compete like the Skaven. I find them to be, except that you cannot bring back Skavens or get warriors in the case. And let's go now to assemble one of these guys. And then I will do the other ones off camera and I will show you how they look like once they are assembled. So let's assemble the lady. Okay, so here we start with this part here. Again, use the clippers, the flat side to the miniature, and try to clip it carefully, okay, without damaging. Be careful when you have pins, but you don't want to cut the pins to hold the parts in position. For example, here this is a pin, so you want to go really there in this part of the pin. One thing I will show you one tip that you can use with the pins to help you to introduce the pin, that will help you to introduce the pins in the hole. So one I did not cut super well. Let's do that, and now I will take the knife and help myself with the knife. Okay, here's that. So one thing that you can do if you have problems to put the pin, for example, this one have a little bit of flash here, is you go with the clippers and you do a little bit of angle, a little bit of chamfer, and then it's going to be much easier to introduce this pin in the hole. Let's go for the second part. Is this part here. You will see the lady casting the spell. She has the light in her hand. Okay, and then we cut here the pin, and we separate the hair from the matrix. And here we have, and we are going to orient pin with pin. See that everything is well oriented. And here we go. Nicely fitting. Fits very, very nice, this one. Okay, I paint the barbarian from the silver tower, and this meters looks great once they are painted. Only 2 parts. It's only a 2 parts piece. Now we use the base number 8. It's going to be, we have yeah, all of them go in 32mm bases. Find the humans, more and more they go to big bases. Okay, here we have this. Now we try to put it on the base. One pin oriented, now we oriented the other pin. Now we have to be careful where are you pushing to avoid, you don't want to damage your meter, so look really carefully where you want to push. So here you have very fast assemble. So I will do the rest and I show you how they look like once they are done. Here we have the full warband assembled. This is the guy with the big sword. Here the guy with the big axe. So these are the 2. Then we have the ones that are the weakest ones. The one with the javelin. Okay. The kitty cat. And the one with the bow. Okay, so this is the warband of the new chaos, the new chaos warband. Yeah, fun to assemble and looking forward also to play them. I will say that they are not like the Blood Rivers. What the expression I have is going to be closer to the whole Skaven's world than the Blood Rivers. So that's all for now. Please leave in the comments below. Let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this video, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye!